The issue of divine manifestations in the Bible is one of the main proofs Christianity relies upon to say that Jesus is God as a man. Christians use the revelations of God in the Old Testament, also known as the Old Testament, similar to the way they use prophecies as proof that Jesus is the Messiah. First of all, concerning the way they use references to divine manifestations and prophecies in the Tanakh, the Old Testament, even if we were to admit that all the prophecies they refer to really are messianic prophecies, and all the manifestations they refer to truly represent occurrences when the Almighty really dwelt on earth with man, even still, they would have proved nothing of Christianity. Why? Because even admitting all this, where in the text of all these divine manifestations and prophecies does it say that these prophecies and manifestations are of Jesus? And where in any of these prophecies or manifestations does it say that a person can have eternal life only if he believes in Jesus? Such references to Jesus and Christian doctrine of salvation are in none of these prophecies or manifestations. Take Jesus and the Christian doctrine of salvation as supposedly based upon Isaiah chapter 53, for example. Assuming this is a prophecy about the Messiah making atonement, where does it say that Jesus is the same Messiah? Where in Isaiah chapter 53 does it say that those who are unaware of this servant do not have eternal life? This simply isn't written in the chapter, which is used as a support and proof for this teaching in the Christian New Testament. One should realize that there have been other religious groups who also took these manifestations as literal appearances of the Creator as a man, and other groups who also claimed that the same prophecies Christianity claims as fulfillment of, who do not recognize Jesus and do not accept Christianity. Islam claims certain of the prophecies Christians believe refer to Jesus as references to Muhammad. Certain heretics of ancient Jewish groups have taken certain revelations of God literally, just like Christians do, without for a moment seeing an implication that Jesus is the Messiah in their literal interpretation of such revelations. The best way to deal with such proofs as these is not to try and answer every one. If we must explain each and every proof before a person will realize that the manifestations are not the same as the manifestor, the Creator himself, then even if he accepts that 99 of 100 of these revelations that they are actually not God, just that last remaining revelation that he doesn't understand or hasn't yet had explained would be holding him back from realizing the absolute incorporeity of the Almighty, that he is not physical and subject to the affections of time and space. Instead, the better method is to use a way of explaining these prophecies with a general principle of reasoning, consistency. I understand that the Almighty is absolutely singular in a way incomparable to created things, unlike any oneness found in creation, that he is not plural, and that his existence infinitely transcends creation, time, and space. While realizing his unity and incorporeity, I can still understand that the Almighty expresses and reveals his existence to creation in various ways. Along with understanding that the Creator is eternally non-physical, I can still provide a meaningful and consistent understanding of the appearances of God to different people, as it seems to indicate in certain places in the Bible. The question is, can those who believe the appearances of God to the prophets were literal accounts of the Creator becoming a man or fire or cloud or smoke, etc., make this understanding of theirs consistent with the many other verses in the Bible which teach the opposite? I have yet to see from them any rational explanations which would make their belief in God becoming physical consistent with the other verses and basic common sense logic that indicate that the Creator is not within time and space and that he is unchanging. Generally, people who hold such beliefs of the Creator being able to be some sort of transformer type being, morphing into whatever the mind can conceive, either answer by giving more verses as examples of their belief without explaining the logical contradiction of their ideas in light of other verses, or they change the subject or try to walk away. Only few who are humble enough to face the logical contradictions and inconsistencies in such beliefs of God becoming a man in pure, honest pursuit of truth come to the ego-shrinking realization of the infinite awesomeness of His exalted majesty. May it be that the few become many. As it says in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 21, a person who pursues righteousness and loving kindness will find life, righteousness, and honor. And you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and with all your being. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 29.